Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today in this video I would like to continue my previous video entitled French Insurance Comparative Guide. So this is the 8th part of the video. 9. Senior Management. 9.1. What requirement apply with regard to the management structure of insurance companies in your jurisdiction? The manager and member of the collegiate bodies of an insurance company must meet the conditions of good repute, competence, and experience. When applying for authorizations of their company, they must produce a detailed file to access this. This file includes, among other things, a dated and signed CV, indicating in particular training and diplomas, and for each of the positions held over the last 10 years, the responsibilities exercised, the name of the companies concerned, and the result obtaining in financial terms and in terms of business development. The name and activity of companies with the register of office in France or abroad, of which they are or have been over the last 10 years. Shareholders holding a stake, partners in the name of general partners, as well as where applicable the amount of the holdings and the links between these companies and the company filing the application. The list of corporate offices held in France or abroad, specifying those held in companies that do not belong to the company's group, and from among these, those for which they may have conflict or interest, and measures they intend to take the remedy them, and where applicable, administrative or disciplinary sanctions taken against them by a supervisory authority or professional organization, dismissal for serious misconduct, and the exercise of administrative or management functions in companies which have been the subject of reorganization or judicial liquidation measures. When appointing or reappointing a manager, insurance undertaking have 15 days to notify the authority, the control prudential at the resolution or ACPR. The ACPR has 2 months to refuse the appointment of renewal if it finds that the person concerned does not meet the applicable condition of good repute, competence, and experience applicable. When the ACPR considers objecting to the continuations of the mandate of a natural person who is member on the board of directors or the supervisory board of an insurance undertaking, where that person does not meet the conditions of good repute, of the applicable condition of competence and experience, it must notify the undertaking, the natural person concerned, and the chairman of the body of which he or she is a member of the ground for its objection. It will invite them to subject their written observations within 1 month. The terms of office or functions of natural persons whose appointment or renewal has been refused by the ACPR, whether they are executive or members of the board of directors of supervisory board, ceases 15 days after the company is notified of the refusal decision. With regard to the conditions of competence and experience, the ACPR may require insurance undertakings to submit for its approval a training program for the member of their board of directors or supervisory board. The deadline for submitting this document is 45 days, after which our ACPR must be kept regularly informed of the implementations of the training program. it has specified. When the SCPR takes into account in its assessment of each member of the board of directors or supervisory board of an insurance undertaking, the competence, experience, and powers of the other members of the body to which he or she belongs. It will ensure that they collectively have the necessary knowledge and experience of the insurance and financial markets, the company's strategy and business model, its system of governance, financial and actuarial analysis, and the legal and regulatory requirement applicable to the body, appropriate to the exercise of the responsibilities devolved to the board of directors or the supervisory board. 9.2 What are the legal duties of directors and senior executive of insurance companies? EU Directive 2016/97 sets out a general principle that distributors of insurance products shall always act honestly, impartially, and professionally and in the best interest of their customers, and must not remunerate their staff against the best interests of their customers. These requirements have been transposed into Article L 521-1 of the Insurance Code. In practice, this requirement will result in an obligation for any distribution of insurance product to have a policy on the remunerations received by the company and by the staff responsible for marketing insurance contract. It is strongly discouraged to pay incentives to sales advisors for the purchase of an insurance contract from a particular insurance company by their client. It is preferable to give preference to variable remunerations paid to sales advisors for the overall number of insurance contracts sold. It is also recommended to introduce a share of remuneration based on qualitative criteria such as compliance with regulation and internal procedures, quality of services provided, and customer satisfaction. How is executive compensation regulated in your jurisdiction? The transfer of a portfolio of insurance contract from the organization to another is subject to the authorizations of the authorized the Control Prudential at the Resolution or ACPR. Control checks the solvency of the transferee and following of the insurance code. This also applies to the portfolios of reinsurers. Article L32412 of the Insurance Code. Mutual insurance. Provide an institution if the undertaking is established in the another EU member state. The ACPR require a certificate from the supervisory authorities of the other state justifying an adequacy of the transferee solvency margin, taking into account the transfer. The supervision is carried out whether the transfer is carried out by sale, contributions to a company, merger, or division. The draft transfer is made public by a notice published in the official journal, which gives creditors a period of 2 months to submit observation. At the end of this period, and insofar as the ACPR has considered that the right of policyholder and creditors have not been prejudiced, the operation is authorized. The administrative approval makes the transfer enforceable against policyholder and creditors. So, the time is up. So this is the end of the video. Don't forget to watch the previous part and also don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.